Hi everyone, this is a follow-up video on multiplying and factoring polynomials. This video I want to focus on what we call the box or area method for all of you visual learners out there. So let's say I ask you the question, multiply 2x plus 3 times 2x minus 1. In order to do the box method, I've already got it set up, but what you would do is you'd create kind of a box and label each binomial as the lengths and widths of these smaller boxes. And then you can find the area of each box. This is from the polynomial operations video. So the length of this box is 2x by 2x. So to find the area, you multiply 2x times 2x. 2 times 2 gives you 4. X times x gives you x squared. Okay, you have 3 and 2x here, which will give you 6x. 2x and negative 2 gives you negative 4x. And 3 and negative 2 gives you negative 6. So this is the polynomial after it's been multiplied by the area method. The only thing you have to do to finish this up is combine like terms and write it as a polynomial answer. So my final answer for this problem would be 4x squared plus 2x plus minus 6. The reason I wanted to review that is because you can also factor polynomials using this method. Factoring has been challenging for you, or you're a more visual person. I'm hopeful that this kind of organization will be useful to you. This is very similar to multiplying, except you're going to work backwards. So this time we started with the outer dimensions of the box and worked through the inner. This time we're going to write the inners in the box and work backwards to find what goes on the outside. So my x squared term I'm just going to put in the top left. This is 4x squared. My negative 6 goes in the bottom. And this is what we're kind of trying to figure out, because normally we combine like terms. And we combine like terms to get 2x. So I'm going to put that in the middle here. And then we'll fill in these when we figure out, what adds to give you 2x. Now, this is the same problem as the previous, so we already do know the answer. But I want to work backwards to figure out how we can get that by using this method. So we know in this first box we need to find two things that multiply to be 4x squared. I gave you this factors box up here to use and list out the factors so you know what your options are. So 4x squared could be 4x and x, or it could be 2x and 2x. And you can interchange those in either position. Okay, now for the negative 6. Well, we know we want to multiply to be negative but add to be a positive. Now the thing that's tricky about this is the coefficient is not a 1, so whatever you multiply might get multiplied with the factors of 4x. But let's list out the factors of negative 6, and then we'll kind of trial and error to figure out what works. So factors of 6, we could have negative 3 and 2, negative 2 and 3, negative 6 and 1, or 6 and negative 1. Now I know we already know the answer, but let's see what you would do if you didn't. So I want to just kind of use these factors and the area method for multiplication to check what factorization works. So let's say I want to start with 4x and x. I just fill those in here. You can put them wherever you want. I know that multiplies you 4x squared, but now we need to check the rest. So say I pick the factors negative 3 and 2. So negative 3 and positive 2. Okay. How this would help me guess and check is I could just go ahead and multiply and see if it adds that middle term. It's very visual. So here we have a negative 3x. Here we have an 8x. There's no way that's going to give me 2x, so I got to try something else. As I'm thinking a little bit more deeply, this 4x multiplied with anything here is going to give me kind of a large number, like 8. But our middle number is a small number, like 2. So it's possible that this 4x isn't the best option. Something you may want to try thinking about when you're selecting for guess and check. So maybe I want to try the 2 and the 2 here. And why not leave the other 2 just to see if I get a little bit closer. So this box really helps me guess and check. So now I'm going to check again. Negative 3 and 2 gives me negative 6x. 2 and 2 gives me 4x. So when you combine like terms, you're going to get negative 2. Now it's so important that when you're guessing and checking, you're as efficient and as intelligent about the guess and then the redo as possible. So if you have a negative 2x, all you need to do is change the sign. So we don't want the 6x to be negative. We want the 6x, or the bigger, to be positive. So all we have to do is change the signs on the factors we added in here. Let's go ahead and try making this a positive, this a negative. That way you'll get positive 6x here, and you'll get, let's see, negative 4x here. So the bigger one's positive, that means when you add them, it'll be positive, and then we get the factorization we want. So our final answer would be 2x plus 3 times the factor 2x minus 2. So if you're a visual person, this is a really great way to organize your thoughts. This video really isn't anything new. It's still guess and check like you've learned before. But if you were having trouble with guess and check, then try this out and see if it helps you get better at it, so eventually you will not need this graphic organizer. I hope you learned something in this video, and have a good night.